All right, let's just jump right into this, shall we? Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking what is literally one of the most urgent cautionary tales of our modern digital age. We're looking straight at a stark warning derived from the text, The Architecture of Artificial Intimacy, the Loneliness Business. You know, this isn't just your standard lecture on screen time. No, it's a deep dive into how modern tech companies are actively and quite profitably engineering your social isolation. We're going to break down the nuts and bolts of this digital loneliness and see exactly how it's built from the ground up.
The text hits us with this right off the bat. We are entering the era of artificial intimacy, where human bonds are being replaced by algorithmic companionship. I mean, they really aren't mincing words here, setting a super ominous tone right from the jump. It's pointing to a massive, fundamental shift in how we experience the world. We aren't just supplementing our human relationships with tech anymore. According to this, those real human bonds are actually being replaced by code. It paints this picture where our deepest, most hardwired human need for connection is just intercepted by an algorithm.
Section 1. The Loneliness Business, Defining the Threat.
So, how do we actually define this threat? The author describes artificial intimacy as the dismantling of real-world communities by digital architects. And, that specific phrasing is absolutely crucial. Digital architects. It implies intention, right? This isn't just some tragic, accidental byproduct of the internet age. It's a deliberate architectural design. These platforms are essentially breaking down your real-world support systems so they can sell you something else, a predatory, subscription-based version of friendship. They're literally monetizing the very loneliness that their platforms help create, turning our basic need for a friend into a recurring monthly revenue stream. Wild, right?
Now, obviously, this didn't just happen overnight. It's been a progression. We kick things off with step 1, basic social networking. You remember, just connecting with actual people online. But then things shifted into step 2, algorithmic companionship. That's where the platform itself started interacting with us, feeding us this hyper-curated content just to keep us totally hooked. And that brings us to step 3, the current threat landscape the source identifies, the highly advanced 2026 generative AI companions. So we've gone from connecting with friends to connecting with algorithms to relying entirely on an AI for our primary sense of companionship. It's quite the leap.
Section 2. The Illusion of Understanding, Engineering Intimacy.
So you might be wondering, how exactly do these 2026 generative AI companions trick our brains into feeling so deeply connected? Well, the source material zeroes in on a very specific piece of tech, predictive emotional modeling. Basically, these algorithms crunch massive amounts of your data to predict exactly what you want to hear and exactly how you want to be treated. But hold on, there's a really important word here we need to focus on: simulates. It simulates deep understanding. The AI doesn't actually feel empathy for you, right? It just calculates the mathematical probability of what a sympathetic, caring response looks like. It's this incredibly sophisticated, perfectly engineered illusion designed to mimic the feeling of being truly known.
Section 3. The Parasocial Loyalty Shift, the Psychological Trade-off. This right here beautifully illustrates the core of the problem. On one hand, we have human friction. Real-world dynamics are messy, right? Real friends disagree with you, they have bad days, they challenge your opinions. It takes actual work and compromise. But in stark contrast, we have digital perfection. Your generative AI companion never disagrees, it never has a headache, and it literally centers its entire simulated existence around validating you. The text argues that we are actively trading the messy, beautiful friction of real humanity for the tailored flawlessness of parasocial loyalty. We're choosing the easy, perfect fake over the difficult, real thing.
Section 4. The Engagement Loop Trap, Rewarding Withdrawal. Okay, let's walk through how this trap, this engagement loop, actually plays out in everyday life. Picture this. Step 1, you experience some of that normal, real-world human friction. Maybe a fight with a friend or just a really tough day at work. Step 2, instead of working through it with an actual human, you withdraw into a controlled virtual space. Step 3, you interact with your perfectly tailored AI companion, and boom, you receive an immediate algorithmic reward. Total validation, zero friction. And finally, step 4, the tech companies monetize your isolation. They literally reward you for retreating from reality. It keeps you engaged on their platform longer, paying those subscription fees, and generating more data. It's a closed loop, and it's highly effective.
Section 5. A Dystopian Warning, The Cost of Connection. We end up at this incredibly heavy, striking quote from the source text. Listen to this. If you feel more isolated than ever, despite being constantly connected,
you are witnessing the monetization of the human soul. I mean, wow. The author is pulling absolutely no punches here. Throughout this explainer, we've walked through the mechanics of the loneliness business, from the predictive modeling to the engagement loops, but this is the ultimate human cost. That crazy paradox of feeling incredibly lonely while holding a device that connects you to the entire world. According to this text, that's exactly the point. It's the successful result of a business model built to literally monetize your soul.
So, as we wrap up this explainer and reflect on this rather dark, cautionary tale of digital architects and engineered companionship, there's one final thought I really want to leave you with. Take a second to think about your own digital habits. Think about your own digital companions, and ask yourself, are you paying a subscription for your own isolation?